everyone, you welcome to my channel. Michelle here. In today's video, I'm going to dive into the Manosphere world. I found 14 Manosphere guys, and I'm going to make an assessment into their level of attractiveness. Theoretically, I am not allowed to do this. I would have to ask them permission to use their image in this video. However, I have a small channel and I believe that those men are not going to see this video. As well, I didn't want to ask those men permission because I would have to message them. And a lot of those men, at least four of them, creep me out, give me the heebie jeebies, and I don't want to contact them. And for this analysis, I will be using the tier list system with the five unique levels. Starting with the D tier, which represents displeasing. This tier reflects my feelings of repulsion and disgust, and I would never consider dating or getting involved with a man in this category. The next level, we have C tier, which signifies cute. While I might find somewhat pleasant those men to look at, they are like easy on the eyes. However, I don't feel like they would captivate me at a point where I would become infatuated with them. Then move on to the B tier, which stands for bold. And in many in this category possesses an appeal that draws me in, but they still maintain a certain guy next door kind of vibe for me. And then we have the A tier labeled as attractive. Men here evoke genuine attraction, but I still retain my composure and judgment around them. Say like they are not that hot at a point that I would lose my mind over them. And then finally, we have S tier representing the pinnacle of attractiveness. This stands for say my name. If a man reaches this level, he's undeniably handsome. And I am left hoping that he will at least acknowledge my name. So, guys, let's get started and let's make this deep analysis into the level of attractiveness of those men. The first man is Chris Williamson. He's from England and he lives in Dubai. The first thing that I feel when I look at his face is that I feel a strange desire to laugh and cringiness and unease. I think if I was on a date with him, I would might couldn't stop laughing, and then he would ask me, "Why are you laughing at?" And I would just start laughing even more, and then he would ask me, "What kind of medication am I on?" And then I would laugh even more. Why? Because he's that sexy. Oh my gosh. Ladies, look at the body of this man one day whenever you have time. It's a sculpture. Oh Lord. And his face so sexy. Like this, he has like this fat face. I feel like biting his cheeks. So handsome. I have never seen a man from England that was so hot like that. I believe that if I was ever going to hook up with someone, which I don't do that, but if there was the case that I needed to do that, I think he would be a good one to do this because I don't think he's a judgmental guy. He looks very easy to talk to. He never looks angry. He looks like he's, just having peace. So, and then as well, I think he would make a good father if a woman would marry him. I don't know if have a wife, but whatever. I think he would make a good father. And as well, I think he also would make a great friend too. Because like I said, he looks like he's not angry. He looks very easy to deal with. And also, I think he likes girls that could be all kinds of girls. I think this man possibly likes all different kinds of girls. I don't think he has a type, in my opinion, just by, analyzing him, just by watching his podcast and just, I don't know, looking at his eyes. I don't feel like he does have a type. I believe he would just, try anything. Yes, I think he must be good in bed. I believe so. I'm not sure, but I believe so. I think it's because he looks like someone that it's easy to deal with. No, don't look like a guy that has psychiatric problems, that would put a woman in danger. So that's why I think he would be good in bed. Besides of him having this gorgeous body full of muscles, and I do believe that a man needs to be fit to be good in bed. There's no way that you could be out of shape, overweight, don't exercise, and claim that you are good in bed. You're not good in bed if you cannot even do a cartwheel, if you cannot do a round off, or if you cannot do a handspring. You are not good in bed. So I think this man is fit. I think that's why he's good in bed. So the reason for this is because now he's a S tier, which stands for say my name. Also so beautiful. Now next we have Alexander the Grace. The first thing that I feel when I look at his face is that I do think that he has a really nice face to look at. I like how his face looks like. He looks like someone who looks very young. I mean, the way his face is built is looks like he is going to look like I resemble a young person for a long time, and I don't think he's creepy. When I'm first looking at him, it gives me the impression like he is honest, a good person, and as well, I think he would not be a good person to hook up with. Yeah, like I said, I don't do this, but if I was going to look for it, I don't think I would look for a man like him because he looks like he's very strict, judgmental, and I would not want that for that kind of that behavior. And then I think he would be a good father. I don't know if he has children, but I think I know, so he does have children. So I think he would make a good father and a good husband. And I think that he would not make a good friend. I don't think he would be a good friend. I think he would be too rash as a friend. I mean, he would just be too rough. In so I would like to be his friend at all. And then I think what kind of girls he likes. I think he likes blonde girls, no white girls, and any kind of like an American girl that share his similar values to him. I don't see this man dating someone really outside of his culture. He doesn't strike me as a guy that would date someone he that comes from another country or something. Like he tells his audience to do that, but I don't think he's a guy that would be able to do that himself. I think like being like compatible with his partner mentally in a psychological way, I think it's very important to him. So I think this man, in my opinion, is a B tier, which stands for bold. And, he is a good looking man. I would not say that he's bad looking. He's good looking. And I think that a lot of women would agree with me. He's not like that guy that you would call for, a hookup or something. But yes, I think he has a nice looking face and he is fairly good looking guy. And I think he's B tier, which stands for bold. Now, the next guy, it is the alpha male strategy. I really like this guy, guys. Alpha male strategy. I think he's so funny. I think he's so real. And I like the way he speaks because it's so natural. And I live alone by myself and I don't know, I don't have anybody that lives with me. Sometimes I don't hear people's voices because there's nobody. So sometimes I put him on the background just because he does speak with so natural that it just feels like there is a real person talking to me. I don't agree with most of the things that he says, but he's a man, he's just has different interests. I think that he would, the first thing that I feel when I look at his face, I feel like I want to laugh, but not because he's so sexy. It's just because he just would make me laugh. Like I'm not attracted to him at all. And I would laugh not out of being attracted, but I would just laugh at him as him being a joke to me. It would be a different kind of laugh than Chris Williams for sure, but it would still be funny. And I think he's a good hookup. I don't think he's good in bed. I believe, I'm not sure, I've never seen his body, but I think this man is fat. I think fat people are not good in bed. You cannot be fat and be good in bed at the same time. I don't know how that things works. I know that he likes girls who are fat too, so he might please the fat girls. And but I think for a skinny girl who is fit and work, he would be more like of a dead weight on top of her, suffocating. So, and I think he would be a nice man to marry. He does give me that vibe of that uncle, that so funny. Everybody has that funny uncle. That uncle is very necessary to a family. I think he would make a good father. And as well as a friend, I think he would be a good friend too. I think he would be a good friend. And yes, I think he's not, like you said, I don't think he's good in bed because I think he is fat. I think, as I said, most men, if they can't do certain kind of gymnastic moves, and in my opinion, I don't know if it's because I'm from Brazil, sex is a sport and there are modalities that people can only practice when they are in excellent physical condition. And I'm not talking about being in shape. I'm talking about being able to do a round off, a cartwheel, a reverse handspring, all of that. And if you can't do that, I really don't believe that you must be good in bed at all. So this alpha male strategy gets a C tier, which is cute. Yes, he gets cute. Now the next guy, it is a guy that is called YBTOOCB. I don't know how to pronounce this name of this man. I think he has a lot of common sense. He has a very sharp mind. He's a young guy. I like that he is I think he's fit. I'm not sure because I only saw this picture of him. I think he works out, but he does look like very young, and I think he is a hard worker man. I do admire qualities. I know that looks panic, and I think that he's like a mixture between black and Hispanic. I'm not sure about his heritage. I don't think he would be a good guy to hook up with. I don't think he would be good in bed. I'm not sure. It all depends, but I think he would make a good father. And as well, if I had to friend zone him, I think that would be difficult to be his friend because he's also very rough. All of those men from the Manosphere tend to be very rough. I don't think they make good friends for women. I don't think women should friend zone a man like that, especially those they are just like cold. And so there is also, I think, the kind of girls that this man like. I think he likes Latina women, like Mexican women. I think he also likes white women and Mexican. That's what I think he likes. That, Puerto Ricans, those all kinds of phenotypes like that. But I think he would vibe better with a Latina woman. I put this man in the B tier, which is bold. And yeah, he goes to B tier. Now the next guy is Curtis. Guys, Curtis, it is so sharp-minded, so smart. He is, in my opinion, also very good-looking man. The first thing that I feel when I look at his face, I feel like he gives me the vibe of someone who is so young, and he resembles a young guy. I think he's going to resemble a young person for a long, long time. I find them highly attractive. And as well, I feel trust. I think he's like the way his face looks like gives me like that I can trust him, that he is a good person, that he's not person that's going to steal anything from anybody. He looks like an honest person. So that's what he gives me. And I think he's good look, in my opinion. I like how his face looks like. And as well, do I think he would be a good hookup? I don't think so. I don't think this man would be someone to hook up with. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think he's fit. I don't think he works out. As he said in the videos before that he doesn't work out. I think, like I said, people who don't work out cannot practice the sport that sex is. So I don't think he would be a good hookup. I think he would make a great husband. In my opinion, he would make an excellent father. If I had to have in my life one day a sperm donor that I would want to have children one day in my life, I think that I would contact Curtis and ask him if you want to help me, because I do think that he makes an excellent father. In my opinion, when I analyze him and I watch his videos, look at his eyes, I feel like he would be an excellent father. Very thoughtful, empathetic, smart. Also, I like that he has a high IQ. He's creative, and I like that qualities in a man as well. I like that if my children would have, a problem, like any kind of challenge, I believe he wouldn't be the kind of man that would just, you know, come off with a short quote and just leave the room like nothing. I think he would be more careful and more interested in helping, and maybe even tell a story about it, maybe even spend, some extra time. So that's what I think, that why I think he would make a great father. And I know also that he's very happy, married for a long time in a very successful marriage. And I think the kind of women that he likes, I think is just American women, like the normal, regular American women, which is usually blonde. Sometimes dark hair, doesn't matter. I think he likes American women just because I think a guy like him would like to be with a woman that most resemble himself, because I believe a guy like him just like would be for Alexander the Grace, that he like to be with a woman that he has a highly connectivity with the brain, like an intellectual soulmate. Yes, that's what I think, that he likes an intellectual soulmate. And yes, that's like I said, I don't think he's good in bed because he's not fit. And I put this man at A tier because, like I said, he has a nice face, he has a high IQ, and he's creative, and I think he's empathetic and doesn't have nervous system issues, like anger issues, at least from what I have seen. He doesn't look like someone who's battling with any kind of addiction. So I think that puts him in the A tier, which it is really high, and it stands for attractive. Now we have the next guy, which is Wheat Waffles. I have been watching Wheat Waffles for a long time. I like so much Wheat Waffles. He's so smart as well. He does have a high IQ. I like that he is so blunt about his feelings, and I think Wheat Waffles is a really good man. Like, I remember once I've watched a video of him that he told a story that he asked this girl this question: "Are you attracted to me?" And this is a question that a man that is honest, that is a good man, that a man that is not an abuser would ask a woman, because men who are abusers couldn't care less if a woman are attracted to them. They just want to steal intimacy from women. Some creepy men, they do not care. They are pickpocketers of intimacy. They are thieves, and they are not gonna ask this question to a woman because it's going to hinder him from getting what he wants from her. Because if this creepy man asks a woman, are you attracted to me? And he's going to give her room to think, and he's going to be less effective on his attacks towards her. So I think with Waffles, it's a good man. I think the fact that he cares so much if a woman is attracted to him, and he would not pursue a relationship with a woman unless she is attracted and genuinely attracted to him. I think that proves that he is a really good man, a really good person. And I think that as a son, if he was my son, I would be proud of him for not being creepy and just and I think he's with Waffles is a A tier, which stands for attractive. I think he's not bad looking. He rates himself as very low. I don't think he's low in attraction. I think he is very nice because I mean in YouTube everyone gets more critical of people's appearance. But in real life, with Waffles, it's not bad looking. If I am going to go outside right now and look at my real life, I'm going to probably see 100 men until I find one that looks like on the level of with Waffles. Just because we are in the internet and then we become critical. But in real life, with Waffles, it's not that below in attraction. I mean, if we're going to compare the real world and how real people looks like, he's actually pretty high in attraction. So yeah, I don't think he would be a good man to hook up though, because I think he works out. But I think he gives me the vibe like he's very intense, and I don't think he's like open-minded. I believe his mind, if could open his mind, it's very like everything would be in place, like, when you have the closet that is everything is in the right place. I think men like that is not good to hook up with. Too strict. I mean, so I think that he will also be a good husband too. I think for one day, if he ever finds a woman, I think he would be a great husband and a good father, I believe, especially for a boy. Not much as for a girl, but I think for a boy he would be a great father, and because he is very smart. And then I think he also makes a good friend. I don't think he would be interested in ever being friends with a girl, which I think he's right. But I think if he wanted to, which would be impossible, given his personality and his beliefs in life, I think he would make a good friend. And as well, what kind of girls he likes, I think he probably likes girls that look like him. I believe, he's from England. He probably likes blonde girls, even red hair girls too. I believe he likes. And yes, I think with Waffles is A tier, which stands for attractive. Yes, he is attractive, not just physically, but he is good man. And as well, we have Myron. Guys, this man, I watched his videos before on that. What's the name of that show? Like he had a show, including one girl that I work with went to that show, and she participated on the podcast, and I saw her on that podcast, and I came to her, she's a stripper, and asked her, how was it, how was the podcast? Oh, I fresh and fit. And she was completely like, I don't care about that. She didn't even watch the whole podcast. She went to the podcast and didn't watch it later, because if she had watched it later, she would have had such amazing like insights into. But she was just an NPC, guys. A lot of the strippers are NPCs. Sometimes I believe they are drones. There's nothing in their brain, and she was just typical NPC. Of course she didn't watch, but she didn't have anything to say. Her brain was empty. So, but she went on that podcast. She didn't have anything to add, obviously, as always. So this Myron man, I think he is very honest with what he wants. I appreciate that in a man. I think a man who is honest with his thoughts and how he thinks and what he wants is better than a man who is a sneaky man that just try to use thievery, from women. At least by, there's nothing wrong. He had a girlfriend, and then he should say those things. I think his girlfriend is decided to stay with him. That's on her, and it's not his fault. But I think, as far as attracted, when I look at his face, he does look like a man that it's in the cartoons. The evil, the antagonist. He does not look like. He looks like the guy that's going to fight the good guy. The Prince Charming. He looks like the one who fights the Prince Charming. For power, or for the girl that the Prince Charming has. Aladdin. He does not strike me as a man who would play a character of the good guy. I think it's because of his nose, and I think the shape of his face. It gives me the vibe like he is like the evil character, and I don't think he has a nice looking face, in my opinion. And as well, I don't think he would be a good man to hook up with. I don't think he would be good in bed. I've seen his videos. He looks so dominant. I do not like dominant men. Dominant men are stingy, cheap. I know that because as when I'm dancing for men, whenever they are acting dominant, I can know for sure that they're not gonna tip me. They are just stingy and cheap. So I just hate dominant men. They are the most miserable men and most stingy, cheap men ever. I don't even know how that girl on the 50 Shades of Grey picture that guy as super wealthy and generous as him being dominant. It's so out of reality. Clearly that she has no life experience to even like assume that a guy like that would be generous. And so anyway, this man would not be a good friend to me. I think he's just not a good friend. And I think he likes girls, any kind of girls. I believe that he might likes white girls, like white women, like maybe like American women that's white. And honestly, I don't like the way he looks, and I think that's why he's a D tier to me, which is displeasing. And D tier is the lowest of the lowest, guys. I am like that repulsed by him. Next, we have this one. It's called Feet X Fearless. Guys, I just by looking at this man on the first glance, I feel so terrified. This man gives me the creeps. This man gives me the heebie-jeebies. I look at this man's eyes and I see like he might be into something evil, like some weird corn, some like masturbation. Like I don't like this vibe. I like when a man gives me the vibe of him being pure, of him being innocent. I don't like his vibe. He looks like he has been run through. Like if he was a woman, I would just call her. Like I would call him as a woman run through. I would call her damaged and just used up. I just don't like that fact that he is so rough. I don't trust him. Looking at him, I just gives me the heebie-jeebies, give me the creeps. I didn't want to even talk about this man. It gave me the idea that I was going to have nightmares just by looking at this man. And you know what is really weird? This man is good looking. Look at his face. It's so symmetrical. He clearly have great genes. He has great skin. He has everything on him. It's really good. Like physically, it's really good. But something inside of me tells me, run, girl, run. This man, I mean, I didn't want to call anybody evil, but he looks like someone that I would think it's evil, that I would never trust. I would never I will never trust him. So I think for a hookup, I think a lot of girls would love to hook up with him. I would think that it would, to me, would be the worst thing ever happen. I think I would rather be dead. And then there was married. I think he's not a good father, in my opinion. He gives me the heebie-jeebies. I believe in children. He would give the same fear for children. I think he's not a child person, and I just believe that the children that he has might not have a lot of intimacy with him at every sense of the way, intellectually or anything like that. So I don't think he would make a good father. Another thing too is that I don't think he would make a good friend neither. I think he's not a good friend to be. to have. I don't think I could count on him as a friend for anything. He looks like he's very selfish, and he looks like he's someone who you cannot ask him for anything. And then what kind of girls he likes? I think he likes Latina women. I think he likes a black Latina. You know, those Latinas who are black. I think he likes those kind of women. But I think he would do anything as well. Anything. I think he would just. I don't think this man is looking for a relationship ever. So I think he would just have any woman, whatever comes to his way. I believe this man is a D tier. Honestly, if there was a lower tier than D tier, I would put him at Z tier because he gives me the creeps. But let's put him at D tier, which is displeasing. Now let's go to the next guy is Ahmed Hamza. I believe this man is Indian and I've seen his videos before. He was always talking with this towel around his head, apparently because he had those Dumbo ears that he needed to get autoplasty for. I think he did got surgery for those ears later on, but I think it was just 1 year. I think it was only his left ear that sticked around on the side, and it looked pathetic, you guys. This ear that this man had was pathetic. And I remember his content. I think most of the things that he said, it was inspiring. I think that he was just, one of the guys. I honestly, when I watch his videos, I felt like he was an outlier. I felt like he was just privileged. I felt like he was just lazy and just was saying those rough kind of like self-development. I don't think he walked the walk. He strikes to me like, a liar to me, honestly. Like he looks like he has been born into money, and like not a lot of money, but at least enough money for him not to be talking about self-development and telling men to come from nothing and just do it, besides of them being tired, besides of them being like not feeling confident. And I think this man does not have the life experience, and he doesn't have what it takes. So he didn't have he didn't walk the walk for him to be anything close to a self-development coach. I'm like I said, he strikes me as someone who had a very easy life and is just privileged and just mean. I don't trust this man. Don't trust him at all. As well, don't like the way he looks. He does have good looking teeth. Let's admit he's left good looking teeth. But after that, he does have those dead eyes. You know, those dead eyes that you mean, like sometimes I feel like men who has those dead eyes, when they look at you, they look through you because they don't see you. They see only your body. Those men are like, they are addicted to masturbation. This man gives me that dirty vibe that he has this masturbation addiction, if not other kind of addictions. So I do like, for this man, I put him at D tier, which is displeasing, absolutely displeased about this man. This is the lowest of the lowest. I am not attracted to this man at all. He does give me the creeps as well. He gives me the heebie-jeebies. And the next guy, let's talk about Russell Hartley. I've seen this man the first time that I have noticed this man on the internet. It was about 2 years ago, I think. 2 years ago, and the first thing that I saw when I looked at his face, I thought he was very handsome. I looked at him, I was like, wow, look at this man. What a handsome man. I liked everything about him, the way he dressed, the fact, I don't know if this man has tattoos, but for me, I like men without tattoos. And I don't know, I've never seen his body. But to me, it seems like he doesn't have tattoos. And I'm like, wow, that's my type. Exactly my type. And then I started watching his videos. And as more as I watch his videos, as more as I think that this man, it's completely out of line. I don't agree with pretty much nothing that he says. I don't believe the same things that he does about the way, like, it's hard to explain what it is that I find wrong with his message. but I don't like his message. And I do like listening to his voice. It suits me and it's so cheerful. And I like his voice. I think he's a salesperson by nature. And I like the way he speaks. It sounds familiar to me. I like the tone, the tonality of his voice. I think he has a lot of happiness in his voice, but I don't, the first thing that I feel like I don't know if this man would be a good hookup if I would like to hook up. I've seen some videos of him in the past, and I've seen that he was sleeping with two girls at the same time, like they were polyamorous, living in the same apartment. I found that so ratchet. I don't like that. I find that low class and ratchet, which is very weird because look at him. He looks like $1 billion. And he does have this ratchet past. If I was him, I would just delete that video and just sue anybody who posts that video, like about him being. I mean, to me, it sounds very ratchet to have like polyamorous relationships. And then I think he would be a good guy to marry, although I don't think he would never marry. I think this man was never going to marry. I think he's never going to find a woman that he truly wants and would like to cherish. I know these men have those high standards, keep your standards high. And I think he would roll out the red carpet for a woman that he would be interested in. But the problem is this, I don't think this man is interested in any woman. So I don't think he's going to ever roll out the red carpet for any woman. I believe in his mind, no woman is worthy. And that's what I think. But for his message, every time when I look at his messages, he looked more crazy. You know, when you have those therapy sections where the patient gets to experience emotion at a very high level so they can cure their emotion. Like I feel like this man got too crazy with this like man and needs to pay the bills, and then now he takes to the next level. I think he does that on purpose to see if like how ridiculous it sounds. Like there was one time that I even watched a video that he was saying that if a man doesn't pick you up in a carriage, in a horse carriage, is because he doesn't like you. I found that so weird. I think he was doing that on purpose just so women could wake up about how delusional they are, or just because he just want to make fun. I honestly don't know what this man think of. I just know that I myself don't want to be a crumb bomb, don't want to be a leech. I don't want to live off men's income. I would like to be able to be very good at something. I would like to feel like I am so good at certain kind of thing that I am an expert at that thing, and then I make a lot of money doing that thing. I mean, I would like to be successful. I didn't dream about becoming a leech, about becoming a crumb bomb, and about living off an allowance. When I was a child, when I was a teenager, I dreamed about being a doctor. I dreamed about being ambassador, a spy, a FBI agent. I didn't dream about becoming a housewife, receiving an allowance like I'm retarded, like I am. I have some like mental disability or physical disability. I didn't want to live a life like this, like the way he's preaching for women to stay at home. I don't like that message. I like to work. I don't sleep if I don't work enough. I need to sleep only if I work out a lot, so I can sleep. So I think his man is very, very attractive. He's an S tier, definitely S tier. He's, to me, because of his physical attraction. But as far as whatever he says, I don't agree with him. But as far as the way he looks, he's a S tier, which is like, say my name, please. He's that hot, guys. Super hot. And now let's see the other guy here. It is the Saint, and it's called the Saint and the Sinner. This guy, this is a bad picture of him, by the way. This man does have a very good looking face, symmetrical, good looking face. I just, by accident, I don't know by accident, but I took a very bad picture of him. He's a good looking man. He has good, nice facial features. And I think he has a very sharp mind, very smart man. I've watched his content. He was the only man who could address my favorite YouTuber, which is a very smart woman. He addressed her because he found a picture of her from a long time ago that she took when she was fat. And then she took another picture when she lost weight. And then she put like before and after picture. And then she brought out this picture of her. And then he said that he himself don't have those kind of pictures because he is someone who does not make the mistake of getting fat in the first place to be able to be like comparing before and after. And I believe that 100%, like, I think that people who post before and after pictures, like before when they were fat and after when they lost weight, I think people like that are losers. You look like an absolutely loser when you post a picture of you fat and then a picture of you that got skinny. First of all, why did you get fat in the first place? Like, you should be excellent every day. You should be great every day. If you want to lead other people, you can't be a bum that that just indulge in food consumption for a while. Like, what happened to you during this time? What's going on with your brain that you are so inconsistent? If you are strong, you should be consistent. You should be committed. I think he was correct about that. But I think he was the only one who ever put her on the spot or with that argument. And I think he was completely right. This man is a very smart man. I think he's polyamorous, which I find extremely low class, like disgusting. I don't like this kind of lifestyle. I think polyamorous it's style for men that's not beneficial to men. But a lot of men don't know that. A lot of men think that being polyamorous it's their dream. So no, men fantasizes about things that are not good for them all the time. So this man is one of those people, ratchet, who has a polyamorous relationship. I find that disgusting. I feel like, do those people get these infections? Like, do they have like, I don't know what happens. I just feel like it's disgusting. And I think he makes a lot of sense. I mean, if a woman wants to be with a man, if a woman is a heterosexual woman and if she wants a man, there are some things that she would going to have to do, and there are some things that she's going to have to compromise. She cannot have it all. If a woman wants a man, that's what it is. I think he's correct about it. A lot of women want to be with a man, but they don't want to compromise on anything, and I think it's wrong. I think if a woman wants a man, she needs to do things. Me, for example, I don't care about that. The only thing that I'm looking for is completely different thing. I don't care about relationships. I don't have a relationship. Never had a relationship. I never had a boyfriend. I have no interest in those kind of like, this is what it is. This is a lifestyle. I don't know what it is, guys. I know that I'm not interested. And this man is, to me, honestly, I'm not attracted to his phenotype. I know he's a very good looking man, but I'm not attracted to his phenotype. To me, he is a D tier, which is displeasing, even though I know he has a good looking face and good looking teeth, and he's a sharp minded man, a high IQ man. However, to me, I'm not attracted to him. It is nothing to do with the way he thinks, because like I said, I agree with a lot of things that he says and he makes a lot of sense. Is more this D tier thing is more about the way he looks. I am not attracted to him and at all. I think he would make a good father though. I think he would make a good father. It would make a woman happy, like if he was a good father. Then guys, next guy is this guy here. It is called Austin Durham. I think this is a good looking man. I think if I go outside right now, go to the mall, whatever, I would not find a man that looks as good as him. I would probably pass through 500 men until I find a man that looks close to him in attraction. He is a good looking man. There's no doubt about it. Of course, I have seen men who looking better than him, but it does not come to the case. The case here is he is a good looking man. And I think he must be someone good to hook up with. Me, for example, I would not look for him, but I think he's sounds to me like a good person, empathetic, sweet, romantic. I don't think he sounds to me like a man who is mean to women. And as well, I think he would make a good husband. If a woman decides to marry him, I think he would make a woman happy. As far as being a friend, I don't think he would be a good friend. I don't. He does not strike me as someone who would, listen to me or be there for me if I needed help with anything. He does also gives me the vibe like he's too busy and he is too much into himself to have a friend. As well, I don't think he would want to have a girlfriend, like if it wasn't sexual. And then I think what kind of girls he likes. I think he likes all kinds of girls. I think he likes Latina women, white women. I don't think he likes unambiguous black women, honestly. I think he probably prefers women who are on the like mixed women, like between black and Latina or white women. I think that's what he likes. And to me, he's a good looking man, but I am not attracted to him. I am not attracted to men that looks like him. And as well, I'm not attracted to the fact that he has tattoos. And I do not like tattoos. I don't like men that wear piercings. He has earrings. I find that very unattractive. I don't like the chains, the necklaces, the chains that he wears. I don't like that. This is not my style. And to me, he's a good looking man. However, I would put him in a C tier, which is cute. He is cute. He's a good looking man. I don't think he is to me attractive, but I see that other girls would find him so sexy. But for me, I look at him, I don't feel anything, especially when I look at those tattoos, which I really don't like tattoos. And then next we have Clavicular. Guys, Clavicular is a man that I recently discovered, not recently, a few months ago, I discovered Clavicular on YouTube and he's blowing up right now. There are so many videos of him and he's very good at what he does. And he's very young as well. Everybody knows, I mean, by now who he is. And he has had a lot of enhancements through taking hormones like testosterone and taking even all the kind of drugs to enhance his cheekbones. I think that's why he went viral as well because how radical he is. Honestly, I think Clavicular has a very good looking face, even before his beauty enhancements, because there are pictures of him before when he had bad skin acne. And even though on that picture of him before, he was good looking. He was good looking even before, and now he's really good looking. In my opinion, he has one of the best looking faces on the Manosphere. The best. As well, he's very young, which also makes him very attractive. And I think his nose is not very attractive because his nostrils are really wide. Not really wide. I'm just comparing to the rest of his face because he does have a really quality, good looking face. Then for him to have a nose like that, it is evident a little bit the damage because as I said, the rest of his face is really good looking. So any small flaw, which is very small, these nostrils that he has, is going to look very apparent because he has a very good looking face. And honestly, between all of those men that I have analyzed, Clavicular has the best looking face. He does have the best looking eyes. And I think he is very handsome man, in my opinion. Very, very handsome man. I think if I go outside and I would have to look between 1,000 men until I would find one that looks as good as him. He is really above average. I mean, in the real world, maybe not in the internet, because like I said, people on the internet becomes highly critical, but let's think about the real world when you go outside and see the real people. Clavicular is really like above average. So, And then I think that he would be a great guy to hook up, honestly. He does strike me as a man who is really good in bed. And he does strike me as like hot, being like hot in bed. I think this man would be a great hookup for a girl. Would I think I wouldn't like to be with him at all for this is because he does seem to me like he has a temper. He does look angry. I have seen him losing like his temper before and I don't like that. I don't feel safe. So for me, I believe I would never like consider anything like that with this man. But I do see that, just by looking at him, I believe that he would be a good man for a hookup. But I wouldn't do that myself, like I said, because he does not look like someone that is calm. He looks very angry, and that does not help anyone to feel safe. And as I think it's maybe because of the dedication that this man takes. I don't know. I just know that this is not my type. This is not my type, like of him being angry like that. It's not my type. I like men who are soft, sweet. But he does have the face, very good looking face. And I think he would not be a good friend either. He'd not be a good friend because, as I said, he has anger issues. And what kind of girls he likes? I believe he likes the regular American girls. I think he likes the normal girls, the American girls who are like, they look like each other a lot of times. That's why I say normal because they do look like, sometimes they look the same. They talk the same. So that's what the kind of girls I think he likes. He's 6'1". I believe he likes girls who are 5'5", maybe shorter. I don't know. Those kind of girls. For me, I don't think he would make a good partner even for a hookup. But however, if I'm going to be very honest with you, he does have a very good looking face. And that puts him at S tier, which is say my name, please. Yes, he's that hot, guys. He's so hot. And of course, there are other things that I would have to consider. But if I'm going to just look at him as a body, as like just one person, just for the looks, I say 100% sure that this man is IS tier, which stands for say my name. Yes, very hot, guys, very, very hot. And the next guy that we're gonna talk about it is K Shami. K Shami is a looks maxer. He talks about how men can improve their looks. I believe K Shami is a good looking man. I like the way K Shami looks. He has very nice hair, very soft, and he's very young. I honestly don't think he has the best looking face ever, but I think his face it is interesting because in real life he's really, really good looking. Because on the internet people are more critical. But in the real life, if he walks around on the street, he's not going to walk around unnoticed. Women will notice them, men will notice him. And that's what it is. And as men as well, I think he would be a good hookup. He seems to me like sweet man, nice man. I think he would make a good husband as well, a good friend too. The kind of girls that I think he likes, I think he probably likes Russian girls, like Russian, maybe like European girls. That's what I think he likes. Maybe as well American girls too. I think he more likely be into the girls like Croatia, things like that. I think he would be like into girls that have European kind of vibe. That's what I think he likes. Though K Shami goes to B tier, which stands for bold. Yes, he's B tier. I think I should have put him a higher tier because he does look very good looking, but I don't know why. It just stays me for B tier, but I think he does deserve at least, no, he does deserve at least a A tier. But let's just keep him at B tier, which it stands for bold. Guys, thank you so much for watching. It was a pleasure to make this video. I hope this video doesn't get taken down because I think what I'm doing here, it is wrong, but it's not like, I don't think those men are going to see this video, so I don't think they will report this video. So I'm just gonna keep it like that. And thank you so much for watching and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye.